A 19% jump in headline earnings to 5.3 billion rand, dividends to investors rising by the same margin, 14,000 new credit card clients every month. Capitec has possibly reported the best results of the banking sector and is still growing. How can it do this, and how much more growth is there in the banking market? CEO Gerrie Fourie joins us from the JSE now to talk about this. Mr. Fourie, thank you so much for the time. Those are massive numbers there. And I guess my question remains, how do you continue to see that much growth in the banking sector?
Well, we believe there's still plenty of growth in the banking sector. You know, if I look at the last 2 months, we acquired 500,000 new clients. March is looking at 220, 230,000 new clients. So that's about 700,000 clients in a 3-month period. So on the transactional side, we still see plenty of growth. We've just launched funeral. That's another 500,000 new funeral policies that came in. And then on the credit side, we believe we've only got a 5% market share. We need to increase that market share. And then we were successful in acquiring Mercantile. And on the business banking side, we believe there's opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, that Mercantile Bank acquisition itself, how do you plan to rebrand that, reshape that, rejig that so that it fits in perfectly into the mold of Capitec, which is, of course, some would consider anyway a low-end banking product, but obviously has now gotten broader with regards to its offering?
Yeah, well, we've just submitted our application to the Competition Commission, so it will probably be another 2 to 3 months before we get final approval, and then we will take over Mercantile. The plan is that we will keep it as Mercantile and then work on a completely new business model, very much on the same principles as the retail bank. So we'll focus on simplicity and transparency, affordability, accessibility, and then rebrand it into Capitec Business Banking. That will probably be about a 12 to 18 months project.
Yeah, the length of that project, are you worried about it at all? Are you worried that even the state of South Africa's economy may not move you in the direction you'd like, or do you see yourselves moving ahead despite those headwinds?
No, I think if you look at the South African economy, when I did the results presentation this morning, I actually said I'm positive about South Africa. If you look at what has happened in the last year, yes, there's a lot of things that you can be negative about, but I think if we've got a very good election, we should see growth in the next 3 to 4 years. Business is all about long term. So I look at it 5 to 10 years, and then I believe there's a lot of opportunities in the business banking space.
You're set to cut some of your bank charges as well, and some of your fees a little bit more. You're going to cut quite a bit and take a hit of at least around 25 million just from transaction fees in 2019 alone. That's to defend market share. How do you plan to continue making money despite that?
Well, what we're giving back to the clients is 340 million just on the transactional side. There's another 500 million on credit pricing. But it's all due to efficiencies that we're getting from moving clients from branch to digital. And we believe it's fair if we get that efficiencies to actually pass it on to the client. And that's what we've done. And that helps us to optimize our offer, because for us, there's 2 things that we need to achieve. We need to get more clients away from branch to digital, and we need to get clients away from cash. Cash is extremely expensive. So we will continue. If we see these opportunities and we need to give back to clients, we will do that, because we believe we need to build an organization that is 100 years old.
Yeah. Branches aren't necessarily the thing of the future, but you continue to build them nonetheless. Is that really pandering at your base, or is that trying to find the best solution between a mix of digital and land-based banking?
Well, it's interesting, if you're growing your client numbers like we've done in the last year with 1.6 million clients, you need to handle those clients. We're still sitting with 6.6 million clients that's actually coming into our branches every single month. We've got 5.5 million clients that's on digital, but there's still 6.6 million clients going into the branches. So we believe there's opportunities in the branches. We've moved to smaller branches. That's branches. Our traditional branches is about 200 square meters. Our smaller branches is 100. And we place it where it's convenient for the clients. For us, it's all about what the client wants. We've got branches that's open till 10 at night. So we will look at what the client needs are, and we will deliver on those needs.
Any future plans as well to make any further acquisitions? I know, of course, we spoke about Mercantile back, but anything else you sort of planned in that regard? Anything else that consumers can look forward to?
No, I think we're working on quite a lot of exciting products that will increase the value for the clients as well as revenue opportunities for ourselves. We're planning to launch that in the next 6 to 12 to 18 months. And I think, yes, then we've got Mercantile. I think there's a lot of work to be done in Mercantile, and there's a lot of opportunities. Mercantile has got a 1% market share in business banking, and we would like to increase that.
Yeah, a lot of competition indeed, and I wish you all the best of luck, Mr. Fourie, and we'll continue to have this conversation as the year progresses, of course, and hopefully check in on how those markets are faring. Mr. Gerrie Fourie there, the CEO of Capitec Bank, a stellar set of earnings, of course, around a 19% jump as well in headline earnings per share as well there, even the dividend going up around 19%, so certainly some good numbers on that front, and that's despite new entrants coming into the market. 230,000 new entrants to Capitec's base alone is what they expect for the month of March. Really interesting to see how things fare on that front as well. Well, very quickly we'll go into an ad break and we'll continue with the markets picture right after this. Do stay tuned.